Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with another installment of Building the Team. So, our last Building the Team video for the 666 point build, the game ended up not happening due to inclement weather, and we decided to postpone it until next week. So, we won't know which team I used for another week or so, and let alone how it did. So, yeah. Anywho, so with Christmas being a little less than a week away, we decided, why not make a do a Christmas themed build? So 500 points. Every character is called must include either red or green. Starting off, we've got ourselves an Avengers team. Coming in at 50 points, we've got Daredevil. It's the common from Avengers Defenders War. Figure I've actually never used before. Just because, you know, I don't have the well, actually just now recently got it, so yeah. Anyway, Daredevil comes in at, like I said, he comes in at 50 points. He's got the Avengers, Marvel Knights, and Martial Arts keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. He also has a trait, Marvel Knights. At the beginning of the game, for all characters with this trait, choose one. Characters using this trait have a minimum attack value of 10, or characters using this trait are wild cards. Okay, and there's a look at his dial. We get a couple clicks of charge, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep. We get some mid to late dial incapacitate and a full and 5 whole clicks of super senses. Not too shabby for 50 points. Next up, we've got Voyager. Now we've seen her a few times. Yeah, she's got a little bit of red. See, she's got red on her. Voyager comes in at 50 points. Has the Avengers and Power Cosmic team abilities, as well as the Avengers, Elders of the Universe, and Cosmic keywords, and she has 2 traits. First off is I sense a greater challenge. At the beginning of the game, if an opponent's force includes an additional game element, heal Voyager 1 click past her starting line to click number 0. Okay. And then we got Avengers Assemble, which is for passenger 1 or passenger 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her. And she may carry characters with either the flight symbol or the giant symbol. Okay, alright. Now looking at her dial, there's click number 0 here at the end. If she starts at click number 0, she starts without wit. If she starts at click number 1, she starts with perplex. We get phasing for the whole dial. We get a special attack power for click 0 and click number 1. Straining my power to teleportation. Telekinesis will only place characters. When Voyager uses it, neither she nor the target character's squares need line of fire to the destination square. Okay. We get some regular telekinesis after that. Defensively speaking, we open up with we've got inertial deflection for one to 2 clicks, depending on which starts at click 0 or click 1. Again, if she starts at click 0, she starts with perplex or outwit. Click 1, she starts with perplex and ends with outwit. Okay, moving on, we've got Scarlet Witch, an old long-time favorite. Witch here comes in at 75 points. She has the Avengers, Lady Liberators, X-Men, and Mystical keywords, as well as the Avengers and X-Men team abilities, and 2 traits. First off, we have Avengers Unity Division. When the character is given a move action, after action is resolved, she can use the X-Men team ability as a free action. Then Hex Magic. Gives Scarlet Witch a power action to attach the Hex Magic marker to a character within a range and line of fire, removing it from anywhere else. If that character is friendly, when that character attacks, a critical hit is a roll of 10 to 12. If the character is opposing, when that character attacks, a critical miss is an attack roll of 2 to 4. When she's KO'd, remove the Hex Magic marker. Okay. So she begins with phasing teleport, which then gives way to running shot. And that's on speed. On attack, we open up with some precision. Yeah, we open up with some precision strike, followed by a penetrating psychic blast. On defense, we open up with super senses, followed by inertial deflection. Damage, we open up with special power, Winds of Magic. Scarlet Witch can use enhancement and probability control. Okay, which then gives way to use regular probability control. Okay. Next up, we've got the Falcon. And something to note, Falcon has red on his sculpt and green on his dial. Rather festive, wouldn't you say? So Falcon here comes in at 75 points, has the Avengers team ability as well as improved movement, ignores characters. As well as the Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Shield, and Soldier keywords, and 2 traits. First off is my friend Red Wing, followed by Captain America and the Falcon. Inertial Deflection. If a friendly character named Captain America is on the map, Falcon has Autonomous. And as for the Red Wing bystander, that's what that looks like. Some hypersonic, some precision strikes with super senses, and a couple of traits. First off is Vampiric Bird. Once per game, when Red Wing be KO'd, instead it isn't, Protected Pulse Wave. Always by our side. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. On a 4 through 6, remove an action token of a friendly adjacent character named Falcon or Captain America. Okay, alright. Looking at Falcon's dial, we open up with a few clicks of charge, followed by a few clicks of sidestep. On attack, we've got a few clicks of quake. Defense, he's got Indomitable, so that built-in willpower will be quite nice. Open up with super senses, followed by combat reflexes. Damage-wise, we open up with special power I've learned from the best, which grants Falcon Close Combat Expert as close. Meaning he can use it with charge, which then gives way to regular Close Combat Expert. Alright, next up we've got Spider-Man, who in all honesty is going to be finding his way into a lot of teams. Spidey here comes in at 75 points, has the Spider-Man family, reporter, and scientist keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated terrain. He also has the trait Marvel Team Up. When establishing theme teams, choose a named keyword the character on your starting force has. Spider-Man gains that keyword. So yeah, he's going to gain Avengers. Probably also copy Avengers too, for that matter. But you know, or well, just not copy anything. But looking at his dial. We open up with a couple clicks of charge, followed by a couple clicks of running shot, followed by a couple clicks of flurry on speed. On attack, we got some quake and get some incapacitate. Defense-wise, we open up with some combat reflexes, followed by super senses. On damage, we open up with special power quips and thwips, giving Spidey leadership, but he succeeds on a 4 through 6. That then gives way to a couple clicks of perplex. Plus, he has a Spider-Man ally team ability, which makes him a wild card. Next up, we got something I haven't run in quite some time. We've got a title character, Kang the Conqueror. Kang here comes in at 80 points. Like I said, I haven't used Kang in a while. It might be because 80 points is... It's not exactly... It's not always easy to fit 80 points onto a team, but, you know... Whatever. Also, it's Kang, and I feel kind of weird including Kang on an Avengers team, you know? But... Like I said, he comes in at 80 points. He has the Avengers, Council of Kangs, Young Avengers, Future Past, Ruler, and Scientist keywords. Looking at his... Well, actually, no. First, you know what? Let's take a look at his title abilities. So, there's the inside there. We're reading these off. At the end of your turn, if the title character activated a plot ability but didn't attack an opposing character, deal one avoidable damage. Okay. When Kang the Conqueror is KO'd at the end of each opposing player's turns, that player rolled a d6 on a 4 through 6. That player removed an action token from one of their characters. Okay. Plot abilities. You can add 1 plot point to him, or you are watching history being made. Generate a time portal marker, free. Generate a time portal marker at a square within range and line of fire. Okay. Remove a plot point. Time and time again. Free. Place Kang the Conqueror in an unoccupied square within range that has a time portal marker, and then heal him 1 click. Okay. Then remove X plot points. Kang Wars. X is any number up to the number of unoccupied time portal markers on the map. As a free action, place Kang the Conqueror in an unoccupied square with a time portal marker, then give him a close or range action. After resolutions, remove that marker. Kang the Conqueror may be given this free action up to X times. Okay, alright. It's kind of neat. Now looking at his dial, we are some charge, followed by some running shot, followed by some sidestep, followed by a few clicks of phasing teleport. On attack, we open up with some Penetrating Psychic Blast, followed by some Precision Strike, followed by some Incapacitate. Defensively speaking, we open up with Inertial Deflection, followed by Super Senses, followed by Invulnerability. Damage-wise, we open up with Probability Control, followed by Perplex, followed by Outwit. Yeah, we haven't. I don't think I've used Kang, the title Kang, since the Avengers, the Black Panther, and the Illuminati sealed event. Anyways, last figure for the team: Captain America. Cap here comes in at 85 points, has the Avengers team ability as well as the Avengers Shield and Soldier keywords. He also has improved movement, ignores hindering training characters. We got 2 traits: Assembled Avengers. Once per turn, when he hits, after resolution, you roll a d6 on a 5 or a 6. If you have 3 or more friendly characters with the Avengers keyword, remove an action token from Cap or give an action token to a hit target. If you have 6 or more, do both. We get 7 with the Avengers keyword. So, yeah, we get to do both if we on a 5 or a 6. Then we have the Living Legend trait. The first time each game, Cap will be KO'd. Instead, turn to his last non-KO click, then roll a d6, and he'll equal to half the result, and that's protected from Pulse Wave. So it'll still, if he would be KO'd by a Pulse Wave attack, he still gets to pick himself back up, dust himself off, and say, "All right, second win, everyone." Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by a couple of clicks, followed by some Sidestep, then charge them back to Sidestep. We get some early dial, but not top dial, Precision Strike, followed by some late dial, but not back end dial, Quake. Defensively speaking, he's got Indom, so he's got that built-in willpower. Open up with Impervious, followed by Inertial Deflection, followed by Combat Reflexes. On damage, we open up a special power. Let's finish this, Avengers. Leadership. When Cap rolls a 6 for Leadership or the Assembled Avengers trait, until your next turn, friendly characters can't have their combat values negatively modified. Okay, alright. That then gives way to a few clicks of Close Combat Expert. Now, we did have an extra 10 points on the team, so I did throw in the Octopus Arms to cover those. They grant Giant Reach of 2, Flurry, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated hindering terrain. And they'll likely be going on Falcon, so really it's just going to be the Flurry and the Flurry, the Giant Reach that he gets out of it. But, hey, it gives him an extra square of threat range. An extra square of threat range, basically. Next up, we've got ourselves a Justice League team. Starts off with Vigilante here. Vigilante comes in at 40 points. He has the Justice League, 7 Soldiers, and Past keywords, as well as the Justice League Unlimited trait, as most of these figures do. To begin your turn, roll a d6 on a 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less, which is most of the team. Not all, but most. Looking at Vigilante's dial, he's got the JLA team ability. We open up with a couple of clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. We get a special attack power, gonna lasso me up some bad guys. Once per turn, when Vigilante makes a range attack targeting a single opposing character and hits, you may choose that the attack deals no damage. If you do, give the hit target to all opposing characters adjacent to it an action token, and they gain immobile until your next turn. Okay, alright. We got that for the first couple clicks. On defense, we open up some willpower, we get some super senses, and then back to willpower, and then we get some late dial special power on damage. Trick shooting. Once per turn, when Vigilante makes a range attack after resolutions, roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, make a range attack. Okay, all right. Next up, we've got Shining Knight. Shining Knight comes in at 50 points, has a Justice League team ability as well as the Justice League, 7 Soldiers, Mystical, Past, and Warrior keywords. He also has the Justice League Unlimited trait, same as Vigilante. We open up with, looking at his dial, we open up a special speed power, to me, Wing to Victory, giving him Charge and Flight. We get a couple clicks of Flurry, then a couple clicks of Sidestep, a few clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs on Attack. Defensively speaking, we open up a special, all we've got is a special power. I would gladly offer my life to protect those that can't protect themselves. Defend. Toughness. When an adjacent friendly character is missed by an opponent's attack after resolutions, heal Shining Knight 1 click. Okay. Yeah, not too shabby. Next up, we've got the Flash. This time we're not using a Flash team-up card, however. Flash here comes in at 65 points, has the JLA team ability, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated train and Henry train. He also has the Central City, Justice League, Celebrity, and Speedster keywords. You get the Justice League Unlimited trait, as well as Around the World in 80 milliseconds as a trait. Free. If Flash occupies a square on the edge of the map, and that edge is the longest edge of the map or tied for it, place him in the same row or column as the opposite edge of the map from that edge. He can't be placed in a starting area this way. Okay. Now, looking at Flash's dial, you get a full run of the special speed power across the city in the blink of an eye, which grants hypersonic speed. As a free action, you can modify his speed value by +3, but he can only move in direct paths if you do. Okay. We have Precision Strike, late dial Precision Strike on attack, and then he's got Indomitable on defense, so built-in willpower, and then a full dial of super senses. Okay, all right. Next up, we've got Wonder Woman from the starter. She comes in at 100 points. Has the JLA team ability, as well as the Amazon, Justice League, Deity, and Warrior keywords. We have trait Founding Members, speed +2, but only if your force has 4 or more characters with Justice League keyword. For all friendly characters that can use this trait, action total +1, but only if your force has 6 or more characters with Justice League keyword. Which, yeah, actually, yeah. We've also already got leadership though, so I mean, yeah, not exactly on a higher point value team. She would actually definitely come in handy. Anyway, looking at her dial, we got a click of hypersonic speed, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep on speed. On attack, we open up with a massive chunk of the special power, Magic Lasso. Who knew? When Wonder Woman hits the range attack until your next turn, a hit target gains immobile and can't use damage powers. Okay. Moving on, we open up with on defense. We've got Indomitable. We get some Invincible, followed by a couple of Super Senses, back to Invincible, and then a couple more clicks of Super Senses. Leader on damage, we open up with Leadership, followed by a couple of clicks of Empower, and back to Leadership, and then 2 more Empower to cover damage. Next up, we've got Big Barda. Barda here comes in at 110 points, has the JLA... Well, actually, no, she does not have the JLA team ability. And she has the Apocalypse, Birds of Prey, Female Furies, Justice League, New Gods, Future, and Warrior keywords, as well as a trait Boom Tube Travel. Once per game, Faithing Teleport. When Barda uses it, her speed value is 12, and after resolutions, remove an action token from her. Okay. Looking at her dial, we almost with a special speed power. Unless you got an S on your chest, you're useless. Charge, Flurry. When Big Barda uses Flurry, it hits with both attacks. She has protected outwit until your next turn. Okay, that thing is way to some regular charge. On attack, we open up with nothing, but we get some Quake. Then some later on we get some Super Strength and some End Dial Quake as well. We've got Indomitable on defense, followed by Invincible, Impervious, and Toughness. On damage, we open up with special power, I'll kill you, you demented old gargoyle. Opposing effects can't give Big Barda action tokens or modify her combat values. Okay. That thing gives way to Close Combat Expert. Alright. Not too shabby. Finally, we've got Batman Beyond. Yeah, see, he's got some red. See? Batman Beyond here comes in at 125 points. Has the Batman Ally team ability, granting him stealth, as well as the Batman family, Gotham City, Justice League, Project Cadmus, Armor, Detective, Future, Martial Artist keywords, and improved targeting North Henry Train. We got 2 traits, Boom Tube Travel, just like Big Barda, and Multi-Spectrum Camouflage. Opposing characters can't draw a line of fire to Batman Beyond if he is adjacent to blocking terrain. Alright, okay. It's actually just very similar to the old feat card camouflage, which required a character to have shape change, but still. Same basic concept. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple of running shot, followed by a click of charge, and we get some sidestep and then some flurry. On attack, we open up with a special power. Some looks never go out of style. Precision Strike. As a free action, choose one to use until your next turn. Blaze Claw's Fangs, Energy Explosion, Incapacitate, Poison, or Smoke Cloud. Then get some mid-ish dial Precision Strike, and then back to Some looks never go out of style. Defensively speaking, we got Indomitable, so built-in willpower, and it's invulnerability, toughness, then combat reflexes. On damage, we open up with a special power of the Tomorrow Night, a different kind of bat. Leadership. As a free action, choose one to use until your next turn. Close Combat Expert, Perplex, Outwit, and Shape Change. That then gives away, and then we get some mid-dial Close Combat Expert, and back to Tomorrow Night. Okay. Now, also this build was also 10 points under, so I threw in another piece of equipment. This time we're using Yarnborn, the axe used by Thor during the Unworthy Thor era. Like I said, it's 10 points. The effect it has, the attack rolls of 9 to 11 that hit count as critical hits. Okay. Anyway, and likely be using that will probably be kind of leaning towards Shining Knight being the one to use. Either Shining Knight or the Flash being the one to use it. Either way works, really. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.